Hello and welcome back to the King's English. In this video, we are looking at two types of verb, states and actions. The two types of verb are quite different, and the differences are very important for when we should use a particular English tense. English verbs. Actions versus states. Contents. In this video, we will start by looking at the four present tenses in English, which can be broken down into three groups. Then we will look at how the type of verb we use affects the tense we use. Contents. 1. The core concepts of verb tenses. Simple tenses, continuous tenses, perfect tenses, concept, use, and form for all three. We only need present tenses to see the general logic of state versus action verbs. It will be important to remember the differences between state verbs and action verbs for later tenses in other videos. State versus action verbs. Verbs which are temporary, changing, or changeable. Verbs which are permanent, unchanging, or unchangeable. Our next video will focus in much more detail on the differences between simple, continuous, and perfect continuous aspects. It's important for today, with state verbs versus action verbs, to see approximately the logic between the different tense aspects. The core concepts of verb tenses. Simple tenses. Permanent, unchanging, unchangeable. Simple tenses generally focus on the permanent, factual, or habitual aspect of an action or state. Simple tenses describe things that are completed, routine, or always true. Simple tenses do not focus on the ongoing nature or duration of an action. Simple tenses focus on the event itself, often at a specific point in time or as a general truth. The present simple specifically talks about general truths, habits, routines, and scheduled events. The present simple doesn't focus on when the action is happening, but that it happens. Simple tenses. Present simple. Present simple generally is permanent, unchanging, and unchangeable. If you can remember that, you've got it. General truths, habits, routines. The sun sets in the west. Present simple. General truth or fact. I drink coffee every morning. Present simple. Habit or routine. The present simple is used for future actions that are fixed, scheduled, or part of a timetable. Future actions in the present simple are treated like established facts. When something is written on a schedule, calendar, or timetable, it exists in black and white, making it seem like a fact. The train leaves at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Present simple for future. Scheduled event. The train leaves at 10 a.m. If we remove tomorrow, this could be a habit. It could also be future. But context would normally make this clear. There is also the idea that the train would leave with or without me. I cannot change the time of the train, so the action is treated as fact in a simple tense. Our meeting starts at 2 p.m. Present simple for future. Scheduled event. I am unlikely to change the time of the meeting, so it is treated as fact in a simple tense. Past simple. Completed events with no connection to now. When talking about English present tenses, we must also talk a little bit about the past. The past simple is used for actions that were completed at a specific, definite time in the past. A past simple action has no direct relevance, or result in the present. She visited Paris last year. Past simple. The visit is finished. Last year points to a specific time. They ate breakfast an hour ago. Past simple. The eating is finished. An hour ago points to a specific past time. Present perfect simple. Completed events with a connection to now. The present perfect simple is used for actions that were completed at an unspecified time in the past. Present perfect simple actions have a direct result, consequence, or relevance in the present. The present perfect simple acts as a bridge from the past to now. She has visited Paris. Present perfect simple. The visit happened in the past, but the experience or knowledge of Paris is relevant now. No specific past time is given. It is not possible to give a specific time. They have eaten breakfast. Present perfect simple. The action is finished, but the result is relevant in the present. They are not hungry now. It is not possible to give a specific time. The present perfect simple versus the past simple. The big difference is whether the past action is only historical. Past simple. Or if it has a connection to the present moment. Present perfect simple. She went to Paris. Finished. No result now. Past simple. She has been to Paris. Finished. There is a result now. Present perfect. The core concepts of verb tenses. Continuous tenses. Temporary, changing, changeable. Auxiliary verb be plus verb plus ing. Continuous tenses describe something that is happening around a specific period not yet finished. The present continuous specifically talks about actions happening right now. Temporary situations, developing trends. The present continuous describes something dynamic and non-permanent. Continuous tenses. Present continuous. Actions happening right now. I am working on a new project this week. Present continuous. A temporary ongoing activity. He is swimming. Present continuous. In progress at the exact moment of speaking. Present continuous. Temporary situations. She is staying with her aunt this week. Present continuous. A temporary arrangement. Present continuous. Developing trends. The climate is changing rapidly. Present continuous. Currently in progress. Describes an ongoing process. Continuous tenses. The present continuous is used for future actions that will be in progress at a specific time. Definite future arrangements that are already set. Present continuous. Future plans. We are meeting them at 7 p.m. Present continuous. A fixed future plan. It is possible to change the time of the meeting or to cancel it entirely. It is not treated as fact, so we use present continuous instead of present simple. I am seeing John for lunch on Saturday. Present continuous. It is possible to change or cancel. A fixed future plan. When talking about English present tenses, we must also talk a little bit about the past. Continuous tenses. The present continuous can also be used to express that a habit is annoying. Exaggerate the frequency of an action. To do this, we usually use adverbs such as always, constantly, continually, present continuous. Present continuous is the opposite of present simple. It is temporary, changing, or changeable. If you can remember that, you've got it. Being habits. Emphasizing a habit. He is always complaining about the food. Present continuous. Expresses annoyance with this habit. He complains and it annoys me. My flatmate is always leaving the kitchen in a mess. Present continuous. Expresses annoyance with his habit. He makes a mess and it annoys me. My company is always hiring, so you should apply. Present continuous. They often hire new people. The past continuous is the same concept as the present continuous, except that the action is now finished. The past continuous is used for actions that were in progress at a specific point in the past. Actions that were in progress over a period in the past. The past continuous is used to describe a background action interrupted by another. Past continuous. Actions in progress in the past. I was studying when you called me. Past continuous. The studying was ongoing at the moment of the call. Caroline was skiing when she broke her leg. Past continuous. The skiing was ongoing, then was interrupted. Continuous tenses. The present perfect continuous is used for actions that started in the past and are still happening now. The present perfect continuous focuses on the duration of the action, not the result. Present perfect continuous. Unfinished actions from the past. She has been studying for 5 hours. Present perfect continuous. The studying started in the past and is still ongoing, now. For 5 hours focuses on the duration. He is tired because he has been working all day. Present perfect continuous. The action of working just stopped, but it is a long action, and he is tired because it happened for a long time. The core concepts of verb tenses. Perfect tenses. Making a bridge between two times. Auxiliary verb have plus past participle. An action or state in one time frame has a direct relevance to another point in time. An action or state in one time frame has a duration that extends to another point in time. This is the same in past, present, and future perfect tenses. But today we will focus on present perfect tenses. The present perfect simple indicates an action which happened at an unspecified time in the past, which started in the past and is still true now, has a result relevant to the present moment. The present perfect simple is a bridge which connects the past to now. Present perfect simple. Present perfect simple creates a bridge from the past to the present. Bridging past to present. Completed action gives a present result. I have lost my keys. Present perfect simple. Action: lost keys in the past. The result: I don't have them now. She has known John for 10 years. Present perfect simple. Action: started to know John 10 years ago. The result: she still knows John now. The state of knowing someone is permanent, so we use a simple tense. Perfect tenses. The present perfect continuous describes an action that started in the past and continues up to now. The present perfect continuous emphasizes the duration of the action. The process of the action connecting to now. Present perfect continuous. Auxiliary verb have plus past participle of be, which is been, plus verb plus ing. By using this form, the present perfect continuous is of course a perfect and a continuous tense. This means that it is bridging an action from the past to the present, and the action is in progress now. Present perfect continuous. Bridging past to present. Started in the past, unfinished now. They have been building that bridge for 2 years. Present perfect continuous. For 2 years focuses on duration. The verb build takes a long time to do. Action started building 2 years ago. The result, still building now. She has been working here since 2019. Present perfect continuous. Since 2019 focuses on duration. Verbs of possession, what you own. The action of working takes time to do. Action started working in 2019. Result, still working now. The big difference between present perfect continuous and present perfect simple when we can use a state verb and an action verb. If I say, I have lived in France for 7 years, and I have been living in France for 7 years, they are exactly the same. Here there is really no difference. The reason we can say both, I have lived and I have been living, is because live is an action verb. Action verbs can be used in simple and continuous tenses. I have known John for a long time. I have been knowing John. Something's not correct. The reason for this is because state verbs, like the verb to know, can only be used in simple tenses. With an action verb, we have the two choices, simple or continuous. With a state verb, we must use simple tenses. State verbs. State verbs are verbs that describe a state or condition rather than an action. They refer to thoughts, emotions, senses, possession, and measurements. Because they describe states that are generally unchanging, they are rarely used in continuous tenses. State verbs describe a state, not an action. State verbs cannot normally be used in continuous tenses. They generally fall into these groups. State verbs. Verbs of thought or opinion. What do you think or believe? Verbs of emotion or feeling. How you feel. Verbs of possession. What you own. Verbs of sense or perception. How you perceive things with your senses. Verbs of measurement or appearance. How things seem or what they contain. One. Verbs of thought or opinion. Know. I know that the capital of Italy is Rome. I always know this. The state of knowing is unchanging. I know John very well. I always know John. Even if John moves away or dies, the state of knowing John is unchanging. Believe. She believes in ghosts. She always believes this. The state of believing is unchanging. Understand. They understand some English. They always understand at least a little bit of English. The state of understanding is unchanging. Remember. He remembers his childhood. He always remembers this. For the rest of his life. The state of remembering is unchanging. Agree. We agree with your decision. The state of agreeing is unchanging. 2. Verbs of emotion or feeling. Love. I love chocolate. I always love chocolate. My opinion never changes on this. Hate. She hates spiders. She always hates spiders. Her opinion never changes on this. Like. They like classical music. They always like classical music. Their opinion never changes on this. Want. He wants a new car. He continues to want a car until he gets one. When he gets a car, the verb to want can stop. Need. We need help. We continue to need help until someone helps us. When we get help, the verb to need can stop. Prefer. I prefer tea to coffee. This is always my preference. The state of preferring is unchanging. 3. Verbs of possession. Have. I have a new car. The state of ownership is unchanging. I had a new car. If I sell the car, this changes to past simple, because the ownership ended. Own. She owns 3 houses. The state of ownership is unchanging. If she sells a house, or all houses, this changes to past simple because the ownership ended. Belong. This book belongs to me. The state of ownership is unchanging. Possess. He possesses great wealth. The state of possession is generally unchanging. 4. Verbs of sense or perception. See. I see a bird. An involuntary act of perception. Hear. I hear music. An involuntary act of perception. Smell. The soup smells delicious. Describes the inherent quality of the smell. Taste. This cake tastes sweet. Describes the inherent quality of the taste. Feel. The fabric feels soft. Describes the inherent quality of the touch. 5. Verbs of measurement or appearance. Seem. He seems tired. Describes an appearance or impression, not an action. Appear. She appears confident. Describes an appearance, not an action. look. You look happy. Describes an appearance, not an action. Cost. This book costs 20 euros. Describes a fixed value. Weigh. The package weighs 2 kilos. Describes a fixed weight. Consist of. The team consists of 5 members. Describes composition. Contain. The box contains old letters. Describes what is inside. Action verbs. Action verbs describe an activity, process, or event that a person, animal, or thing does. They refer to physical actions, mental processes, or things that happen. They can be used in simple and continuous tenses. When action verbs are used in simple or continuous tenses, the sense will change. Action verbs, when used in simple tenses and when used in continuous tenses. Habits and routines. She reads a book every night before bed. Actions happening now. I am reading your email right now. General truths or facts. Most people live in houses or apartments. Temporary actions. He is living with his parents for a few months while he saves money. Scheduled events in the future. The concert starts at 8 p.m. Future plans. We are meeting them tomorrow. Completed actions in a sequence. First, you add the flour, then you mix it well. Developing situations or trends. The climate is changing. Annoying habits, especially with always. He is always complaining. Action verbs. Action verbs generally fall into these groups. Physical actions. Verbs describing movement or physical activity. Mental actions or processes. Verbs describing thought processes or changes in mental state, not opinions. Transitional events or processes. Verbs describing a change from one state to another. Momentary actions. Verbs describing very brief actions. 1. Physical actions. Run. He runs every morning. Describes a physical movement. Simple tense because it is a habit. Eat. They are eating dinner. Describes the physical act of consuming food. Continuous tense because it is happening now. Walk. She walks to school. Describes a physical movement. Simple tense because it is a habit. Swim. We are swimming in the pool. Describes a physical movement. Continuous tense because it is happening now. Write. I am writing a letter. Describes a physical activity. Continuous tense because it is happening now. Play. The children are playing outside. Describes a physical activity. Continuous tense because it is happening now. Read. He is reading a book. Describes an activity. Continuous tense because it is happening now. 2. Mental actions or processes. Decide. She is deciding what to wear. Describes the process of making a choice. Continuous tense because it is happening now. Learn. They are learning a new language. Describes the process of acquiring knowledge. Continuous tense because it is happening now. Consider. We are considering your offer. Describes the process of evaluating. Continuous tense because it is happening now. Analyze. He is analyzing the data. Describes the process of examining something in detail. Continuous tense because it is happening now. 3. Transitional events or processes. Describing a change. Change. The weather is changing. Describes a process of transformation. Continuous tense because it is happening now. Grow. The plants are growing quickly. Describes a process of change or development. Continuous tense because it is happening now. Become. He is becoming a much better runner. Describes a process of transformation or transition. Continuous tense because it is happening now. Develop. The project is developing well. Describes a process of progress. Continuous tense because it is happening now. State and action. Some verbs can be both states and actions. Just like when an action verb is used in simple or continuous tenses, the sense changes whether we are using the verb as a state or an action. Some verbs can be states and actions, but usually the sense is different. If we take, for example, the verb to see. You see me now. Here it's a state verb. Using the eyes to look is a state. If we imagine John is seeing Sarah, for example, here it's more in the sense of the verb to meet, rather than to perceive with the eyes. I have seen Star Wars. Here in this sense, see is a state verb. I have been seeing a therapist. Here it's in the context of kind of meeting. We just have to be aware that some verbs can be state or action, but the sense will be different. Versus action verbs. Have. As a state verb, I have a car. State verb of possession. As an action verb, I am having lunch. Action verb meaning to consume. See. As a state verb, I see a bird. State verb of perception. As an action verb, I am seeing the doctor tomorrow. Action of meeting or visiting, not involuntary perception. Smell. As a state verb, the soup smells good. State verb of inherent quality. As an action verb, the chef is smelling the soup. Action of intentionally sniffing. Taste. As a state verb, this cake tastes sweet. State verb of inherent quality. As an action verb, she is tasting the sauce. Action of sampling. Feel. As a state verb, the fabric feels soft. State verb of inherent quality. As an action verb, I am feeling happy today. Describes experiencing an emotion, not an inherent quality of touch. Look. As a state verb, you look happy. State verb of appearance. As an action verb, I am looking at the photo. Describes the action of directing your gaze, not an appearance. Weigh. As a state verb, the package weighs 2 kilos. State verb of fixed weight. As an action verb, the grocer is weighing the apples. Describes the action of measuring weight, not a fixed weight. Appear. As a state verb, she appears confident. State verb of appearance. As an action verb, the magician is appearing soon. Describes the action of coming into sight, not an appearance. Thank you very much for watching this video on the differences between state verbs and action verbs. Please feel free to do the exercise to practice what we've learned today. And as always, please remember to like and subscribe.